So we were just talking about on the last episode, I was just wrapping up some of my reasoning for doing this show, trying to pass on information. To me, it was really sad when the biggest upsurge we've had in gun sales in the last 20, 30 years is when we elected Obama and he tried to, everybody thought he was going to take him away. When we have to elect an idiot and buy stuff out of fear, that's not a healthy economy. I'm not trying to make this political. I'm just saying I want guns to be a passion with us. Just no different than fishing or golf or, if you do that kind of stuff, whatever, riding a bike down the road, skydiving, don't care. We live just at the mouth of the gorge here, so you can drive up the gorge a little ways and see people doing wicked cool stuff with kiteboards and sailboards, and there's other people out there on motorized, ripping around in the, all good, boating, I don't care, this is just in the same category. But the difference between guns and everything else, you can buy horsepower. One of my favorite YouTube shows, again, I'm not a tuber, so that's a movie reference that some of you may get. I use that a lot, and I have to sometimes apologize. I'll say something like, there's two kinds of people in the world. Those that know Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and those that are silly. It's a way of illustrating certain things. Those that know Die Hard is a Christmas movie and those that are wrong is the way I normally say it. But I have to be careful because I'm not trying to purport that the stuff I'm doing is right. I'm saying it's the way I do it right now. And I'm saying I'm on an absolute tear to think, people. Think. Bear a very little brain. That's a literary reference. So it's not only movies with me. I'm going to try stuff right here in front of God and everybody. It's going to get recorded for posterity. If I put it out on the internet, that pretty much means it ain't going anywhere forever. And I'm going to screw up plenty. So where we are right here, the thing that got us here to this point is making these cases. I've made a couple of major screw-ups. Some miscalculations. One thing I just completely misformulated. When you're going to build a doghouse, you got to make a lumber list and a nail list and a paint list and a dog list. Different dogs, different houses. There's a sequence of it. You screw up and build a Chihuahua-sized doghouse, and your dog is a Great Dane. You got a choice to make. Give it to the Dane as a dog dish, or sell the dog, or you see where I'm going. So that's not important to me. A wise man once told me, kid, if you're not screwing up, you're not trying hard enough. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to say that. I have no issues whatsoever. I have no need, no want, no drive to be right here. But come with me on this. Do it for the children. I can't illustrate how rewarding the shooting community has been in my life. The fact that there's something that's within my budget. I can go out and build a gun for less than I can put together a boat or a motorcycle or a car or a truck or a hot rod. I love roadkill. Man, it's the only show I think that I've ever found, bought, binged, and now I've set it aside until a few more episodes come out, but the point is these are real people. Then now they had a production crew and that, but all the way back to day one when they said, hey, let's throw a dart, let's go do this thing. This is like the essence of YouTube. I don't even know a Justin Bieber song. I don't even know who Justin Bieber is. But from what I hear, he's a kid who had a sound and who went on the internet and people liked, and now we all, I don't know, do Justin Bieber music, but that's not because I wouldn't. I just don't know. You know, it's not a... The point is that this medium, this method of getting the voice out there, got his voice out all over the place. Mine's not about a voice. I don't care. I could do this with my face. I don't care one bit about me. I care about this message that this is really cool stuff. And we've got a whole lobby of people out there trying to get rid of it. And what can be more rewarding than putting together something and hitting something at 1,000 yards? Now, to answer that, this is funny because I grew up fishing. Farm kid, no money. Lake not too far behind, had a little canoe. So between chores and school and in the summer, I one time went fishing every day except for Sundays, because we didn't fish Sundays. But I fished every day for 28 or 32 days. Maybe only for an hour, maybe for 2 or 3 hours. Go out, try to catch some pike. But I wasn't addicted. I wasn't anything. I was doing that because it was fun. I don't have any reason to justify fun. But 4 or 5 years down the road, I'm working in a gun store, and I had some really, really formative experiences in there with people coming in to meet me. If I get a chance, someday I'll tell you about a lady that came in, and she walked in the door in her, I mean, she had a Mercedes that was worth 60 grand back then, and she was decked out. She was a high-powered lawyer for a high-priced criminal that was out at the pen. And she came in and said, well, I just want to look around and see how you people live. And then we had a beautiful conversation for 2 hours, and we both walked away with remarkably changed views, because we were able to do that, and she was able to see that no, this isn't a bunch of wackos out there shooting stuff. I found out what she did for pleasure. She found out some of the things I do for pleasure, and it's about preserving the sanctity of the American dream. It's about being able to do whatever you do for pleasure, as long as it's not hurting somebody else. And this is so safe and so good and so fulfilling and makes my head spin, which is what I live for. I've got 15 Scrabble games going on my phone with people across the nation at any given time. Well, part of it is Scrabble, and part of it is some abortive attempt at copying Scrabble called Words with Friends. But it is what it is. It's the same thing. Just to kill some time, just to set my head down at night before I go to bed, just for fun, people. This is fun. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do cool stuff with it because it's fun. And I want everybody to be able to do the same thing. And I want my kids and my grandkids to be able to do the same thing. So that's why we're here.